Why is it so hard for INFJs to say no? What's one of the greatest opportunities for an INFJ to grow? What's the best way to tell someone else no? And are there any tricks or hacks that will help you to say no on a consistent basis when you really don't want to do something but feel compelled to say yes? Today's show will answer all 4 of those questions, so stick around. If you're an INFJ, chances are good you know what it's like to struggle with that 2-letter word, no. But why is that? Well, one main reason is because as an INFJ, your second driving mindset in your personality is something called extroverted feeling. Extroverted feeling is the way you relate to the world. One of your mindsets, the number 1 mindset in you, is introverted intuition, and you use it inwardly. But this is what people know about you. And extroverted feeling seeks to please other people first and foremost. In fact, it will go out of its way to put aside personal needs to help those of others because it desires group harmony and the good of other people. So this is a big reason why you seek to please others. And it's another reason why other people think you're such a nice person, because many people don't operate based off of extroverted feeling. I mean, some people aren't even feelers primarily, they're thinkers, so they approach life in a far more logical way. But you are a feeler and you desire to put other people's needs first. So this is all well and good until you get to a situation where someone's pressuring you to do something you don't want to do. That may be unhealthy, or maybe that you just aren't interested in or don't have time for. You come to this point where you have a quandary because you know you don't want to do it, but when you choose to say no, you're putting the relational harmony at stake. So you have this inner conflict going on because you want to maintain the persona and the person that other people know you to be, but you also have your own desires that you want to honor. Unfortunately, until you develop better boundaries, what tends to happen is that you pretend to be okay with doing what other people want you to do for fear of them not loving or liking you anymore. The good news is that you don't have to let people manipulate you, and you can learn to say no in a way that will actually make your healthy relationships even better. In fact, Joel Markowitz and Antonio Dodge of PersonalityHacker.com claim that extroverted feeling for INFJs presents the greatest opportunity for growth, and I totally agree. But why is that? Well, the main reason is, as I mentioned before, your primary mindset is something called introverted intuition. It's a inward-focused, creative, thoughtful, pattern-seeking, deep mindset that you develop first and foremost early on in your life. But as you get older and become a teen, enter middle school, definitely high school, and certainly beyond, you have the opportunity to develop your extroverted persona. And this is extroverted feeling. So whereas introverted intuition will always be your greatest strength, extroverted feeling is something that you can develop to a great capacity as well. It'll never be as strong as your number 1 mindset, but it can be very strong. And you have an opportunity to strengthen this one much more than the other 2 mindsets that make up your personality. So it's definitely something that doesn't come as naturally to you, but something that you can put a lot of energy into and strengthen for sure. When you develop your extroverted feeling and learn to say no, you'll be able to have healthy relationships with other people who actually honor you and like you for who you are, not who you pretend to be or for what you can do for them. They will respect you because they too have developed healthy boundaries. So it's really important that you learn to say no. And of course, there's always a balance. We want to help people, and there's a lot of noble things about self-sacrifice. But we don't want to do it all the time, especially when it tramples on personal values. It's also important to note that some people will always struggle and have a hard time recognizing and respecting others' personal boundaries. So you have to take responsibility for telling that person no, or they will completely take advantage of you. And unfortunately, I think we as INFJs want to help these people grow or really care about them, and sometimes end up in unhealthy relationships. So learning to say no is a really great way to take care of yourself and that other person, because if you're just letting them have their way with you, you're actually not helping them grow either. I've struggled with boundaries for many years. I want people to like me and I want to preserve the relational harmony. So I'll often tell people, yeah, sure, I'd love to do that when I really don't want to do it at all. It's only in the last couple of years that I've started to set up healthier boundaries. And I've got to say that it's led to deeper, more enjoyable relationships, and it's given me time to do more of the things that I really care about. But that begs the question, how can you say no and say it in an effective way so that you can have time to spend on the things that you care about and so that you can have those deeper, healthier relationships? The first biggest change I made that was a difference maker for me was to ask for more time. You can always ask for more time, even if it's a small decision, because you're not flat out saying no. And asking for more time gives you the opportunity to pull yourself out of the pressure of the moment and to think things through before you commit to something that you don't really want to do. So it's a great opportunity to take the pressure off and to help you think with a clearer head. So the next time someone asks you to do something that you're hesitant to do or that even you don't really want to do, just ask them for some time to think about it. And most of the time they'll honor that. And if they don't, then you probably should just tell them no anyway, unless it's an immediate decision and a really small one. If you want to give an effective no, I learned a great 3-step strategy from Michael Hyatt of michaelhyatt.com. And he recommends that you do these 3 things, which will actually not only communicate that you're not interested, but they can make the relationship better and preserve the health of it, maybe even take it deeper. So those 3 things are to first, thank the person for asking you to help. The second thing you should do is just tell them, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to help you with that. And then third and finally, if you're genuinely interested in doing so, you can offer to help them find an alternative solution that doesn't involve you. I'll give you an example of this strategy in action. About a year ago, some people from my church asked me to be part of a committee that awards scholarship money to members of our church who were furthering their education. And I wasn't really interested in doing that. So I told them, thank you for thinking of me. I really appreciate it. And I honestly did. I'm not interested and able to help at this time. And I didn't even really offer another solution to that point. I didn't use the 3rd step, but I could have. And the reason I did that was because I did want to volunteer and to serve in other ways. I just didn't want to do it on that committee. So that actually freed me up to do some other things that I was more excited about and I felt like I could do a better job helping with. Are there any tips or hacks that will help you to say no on a regular basis? Well, I'd like to share a few that I also learned from Michael Hyatt. And these are kind of common sense things, but they're really good. And I mentioned this one already, but the first reason you want to say no is because it frees you up to do the sort of things that you really care about. You know, the truth is, if you say yes to a bunch of stuff that you don't want to do, it eats away at the time you have to do the things that, number one, you're really good at and that you love to do. So it actually limits your effectiveness. So one thing that you can keep in mind when you need to say no is that you're saying no so that you can really help people and so that you can really do something that you're excited about and that you're great at. Also try to keep in mind that when you say yes to the wrong people, you're saying no to the people you care about most. If you're always saying yes to work, then that's going to eat away at time that you have with your family or with your closest friends. Or even if you're saying yes to people that you do enjoy spending time with, but not as much as some other closer relationships, then you're going to be eating away at the time that you have to spend with those people. So keep in mind that a yes to the wrong people is a no to the people you care about most. This third one's great too, and I actually learned it from another person as well. But the third thing you should keep in mind is when you say no, you're actually saying yes to rest. It's a well-known fact that you as an introvert need alone time, especially as an INFJ. You need a lot of alone time. And when you say yes, you're eating away at your alone time. If you're doing it too much, that is. It's okay to say yes sometimes. But if you're saying yes to something that you don't really care about, you're taking away your alone time, and that time you need to recuperate again so that you can be at your best. So keep that in mind when you're tempted to say yes to something that you don't want to say yes to. Finally, keep in mind that there's nothing wrong with the word no. For a long time, I thought that no was a cuss word of sorts. But my mind changed when I read the book Boundaries by Doctors Henry McLeod and John Townsend. And in that book, they described boundaries as a gate. And the purpose of a gate is to let the good in and keep the bad out. And in fact, that's what your no's purpose is. It is going to keep the bad things out of your life. So it's really important you learn to take care of yourself by saying no when you need to say no. And then you'll be free to use your yes on the things that matter most and that you want to invest in. To learn more about why and how you should set boundaries as an INFJ, download a free copy of my most recent ebook, the INFJ Personality Guide. You can grab one by texting the letters INFJ to the number 444999. Or you can visit ispeakpeople.com/INFJ-personality-guide. And I'll post a link to that web page in the description below. In the book, you'll learn all about your preferences, your INFJ mindsets, and then about some common problems that INFJs wrestle with, as well as some solutions to those problems. Thanks so much for checking out this video today. I hope that you found it helpful. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, make sure to do that. I'll be putting out new videos every week to help INFJs just like you. Thanks again for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time.